son of a Swiss father and Guatemalan mother. In Guatemala, his father met his mother and they married. His father, being the son of a Swiss father, had the right to two nationalities, French and Swiss, and then fighting the Nazis. When his father found out what he had to do, he decided to return to Zurich so that his son would be born there. He was born Jose Eduardo Suger in Zurich on November 29, 1938, soon after his father was killed to cover the borders as a military man. Her mother, since she could only speak Spanish, did not understand what would happen to her, but she knew that some things was going to happen. For the reason, he decided to leave Zurich to return to Guatemala with his son. To that, he had to cross over Germany while the international movement was going through. Managed to pass Germany arguing the number where he embarked and returned to Guatemala. When his mother returned to Guatemala, he went to his maternal family, the Valladares de la Vega family. Eduardo's mother, tired of everything, decided to divorce her. She meets Castañeda and goes to live with him at her house, leaving Eduardo with his grandmother. When Eduardo turns 12, his grandmother dies of pancreatitis, so Eduardo goes to live with his mother, his stepfather, and his stepbrothers, but not for long, since his stepfather was involved in the coup of August 3, 1954.
After the failed state coup, his stepfather and his entire family are exiled from Guatemala, going to live to Ecuador, leaving Eduardo alone and sending him with the father Francisco Franco in La Asunción Parish, Guatemala, where he learned with the father's teachings. While he was studying, he developed a love for mathematics and an admiration for the German physicist Albert Einstein, wanting to become like him. His father Franco recommended him to write to his biological father, who was in Switzerland. His father replied that he can help him with food and shelter in Switzerland, but he could not help him with his university studies. Using the money from his education, the help of Father Francisco, and help from Swiss consulate, he traveled back to Zurich. In 1955, he was accepted in the Polytechnical University of Zurich, the same place where Einstein studied and where he longest studied. In the university, he met some current physicists and graduated in mathematical physics. In 1958, when he was studying, he started to give some classes of geometry in a high school, and this developed to his love of teaching and research. In 1916, he traveled back to Guatemala and met his wife, his actual wife, Regina Castillo Rodriguez, and 4 years later, they got married. Immediately after, the University of San Carlos offered him a job, and he decided to stay in Guatemala.
I worldwide physical Paulo Erdős. IBM at Zurich. They met a professor from Michigan. Estoy Paulo told Eduardo to go with him to welcome his assistant and home to finish. He doctorate in Michigan. He has a whole as a research in the molecular psychic department. To finish his work, he has studied quantum mechanics. He spent 5 years in Texas where he finished his doctorate. He was head of Howellish Foundation in Houston. They have in a grant to do postdoctoral research on he finished a reality. He was not able to spend toward his children and Senate to go back to Guatemala when he return, he went to the University of San Carlos. Moroccan also held class at the University from Valle about six eight mathematics. He founded the general student the Mariano Alves, which became was a very rare. He at justo opened that Moroccan realized that he companies preferring to hear engineer as administrative and the business manager, which Dr. Ajan, general director of the university, was to has every time Moroccan that the French university was necessary to open a school of postgrad in the business administration. This was to improve the capacity of the graduation business administrator and for them to receive their practical needs in back. He traveled in a variant that core finance or reality in final state. This is one open the Hill School of Economy in Business Administration at Francisco University. Moroccan also began with Faculty of Engineering Information System on Computer Science. This was the fish in Guatemala in on under 977. He were the two principal agents to be able to study about computer in which he had in because it was a kind invention person that he studied in which he money and that they only give him the name to be able to graduate the students. Eduardo accepts and begin the Faculty of Computer Science.